Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here and TGI Friday. Not just any Friday, but the Friday before a long weekend as well. Just a reminder that the stock market is closed on Monday for President's Day. It is a very chilly 19 degrees here, hence the toque this morning, plus a bit of a lazy hair day, but that's alright. This morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. You have one day left to take advantage of 50% off TipRanks Ultimate subscriptions. That will save you $300 every single year while unlocking every single tool that TipRanks offers, including all of their datasets and news updates. You can follow the link down in the description below to take advantage of this awesome sale today. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are in the red this morning as inflation concerns continue to stir. Right now, Dow futures are down 0.5%, S&P 500 futures down 0.7%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.9%. Shares of Etsy are falling this morning after a negative report came out from Citron Research. Citron claims that Etsy has become one of the largest platforms in the world for counterfeit goods and that they aren't doing enough to police this. Citron said that the percentage of counterfeit goods on Etsy has become too large and the company could no longer defend it as a small percentage of revenue. A spokesperson from Etsy said that as Etsy has grown, we have increased investments in a variety of sophisticated tools to protect our community against bad actors. Their dedicated teams work diligently to remove listings that violate our policies. Analysts currently rate the Etsy stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 8%. Also falling this morning is Moderna after news that a study of its flu vaccine had mixed results. They said that their experimental RNA-based influenza vaccine generated a strong immune response, but that it wasn't proven that it was at least as effective as already approved vaccines. The disappointing results of the flu vaccine study dampened hopes that the shot would help offset the weakening demand for their COVID-19 vaccine. The Moderna stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of over 28%. And I do apologize, I feel like it's a lot of bad news to start off this morning, but Carvana is also tumbling. They are facing a lawsuit from two big pension funds, essentially accusing them of a pump and dump scheme. The two pension funds are saying that the company leaders at Carvana enriched themselves by fraudulently driving up the company's share price with an unsustainable sales growth campaign and then cashing out before the stock tumbled. The attorney behind the lawsuit said that while investors suffered billions of dollars in damages, defendants' fraudulent conduct permitted them to walk away with billions of dollars. They seek to recover undisclosed damages on behalf of the pension funds and other investors. The Carvana stock is currently rated a hold with a downside of nearly 20%. And finally, a bit of green news for this morning. Manchester United is on the rise over speculation that they could be receiving multiple takeover bids today. The owners of the club have set a deadline of 10 p.m. UK time for initial bids to be made. Investors linked to the Qatari royal family are set to be preparing an opening bid of around $6 billion US, while there are multiple private groups in Saudi Arabia that have apparently also entered the race, and Jim Ratcliffe, a billionaire owner of British chemical giant, has also publicly confirmed he intends to bid for the company. The Manchester United stock only has two current analyst ratings from a couple months ago, coming in as a moderate buy. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. Not much happening in the after hours today, which is typical for a Friday. In the pre-market this morning, we did hear from John Deere. They're up slightly after beating on both earnings and revenue and issuing a solid future guidance. Their net income for the year is now expected to be in the range of $8.75 billion to $9.25 billion, up from their prior guidance of $8 to $8.5 billion. They reported Q1 earnings per share of $6.55, beating expectations by $1.10, and revenue of $12.65 billion, which grew over 32% year over year and came in $1.51 billion ahead of estimates. Analysts currently rate the John Deere stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 19%. Then moving to the after hours last night, we heard from DraftKings. Their stock is on the rise after an earnings and revenue beat, plus guiding for profitability in 2024. Their revenue of $855 million grew nearly 81% year-over-year, coming in $55.75 million ahead of estimates. Meanwhile, their loss of 53 cents per share was 5 cents better than expected. The company said that their customer engagement remains strong and it continues to see no perceivable impact from broader macroeconomic pressures. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with a slight upside of 3%, but some more bullish price targets coming in today. And also on the rise this morning is DoorDash after they had favorable future guidance and a revenue beat. They did report a loss per share of $1.65 that is said it is not comparable to the consensus estimates, while revenue of $1.82 billion grew 40% year-over-year, beating expectations by $60 million. They also saw their total orders increase 27% year-over-year. Their stock is currently rated a hold with a price target of $66, with a mix of buys and holds coming in today. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by HubSpot after they posted a solid earnings beat and future guidance outlook in their earnings last night. Trading under the ticker HUBS, their stock is up nearly 11%. They're followed by DraftKings under DKNG, up 8.65%, and Iveric Bio under ISEE, up 8.25%. And our biggest losers this morning are led by XP following an earnings miss for their latest quarter. Their stock trades under the ticker XP and is currently down about 11.6%. They're followed by Cognex under CGNX, down 8.7%, and NatWest Group under NWG, down about 7%. So that is going to be everything for Friday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. If you made it to the end of today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments down below. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic long weekend, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday.